In the gentle embrace of night, under the celestial dome, imagine yourself voyaging through the veils of time. Within these whispers of epochs long forgotten, we unravel mysteries that challenge the very fabric of our understanding. This evening, as the world quiets to slumber, we journey into pre-flood enigmas, those tantalizing echoes of a past we barely know. Atlantis, Göbekli Tepe, and the Zep Tepe of Egypt are but the beginning of a tapestry woven with lost kings and forgotten maps of a world that once breathed beneath vast oceans. Join us now as we explore these ancient riddles, shrouded in myth and memories that time longs to keep. In the twilight hours when stories drift like whispers through the corridors of time, let us delve into the haunting narrative of Atlantis, a tale spun from the philosopher Plato's words over 2 millennia ago. In his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, Plato conjured a vision of Atlantis, a realm of extraordinary grandeur and haunting downfall, a civilization draped in echoes of memory and myth. Atlantis stood as a beacon of immense power and advanced knowledge, a jewel amidst the sea's embrace, only to be consumed by the very waters that once adorned it. Through its resonant presence, Atlantis persists not just as a tale of grandeur, but as a reflection upon human ambition and the whispers of forgotten epochs. Plato's Atlantis, with its opulent detail and military majesty, crafted a picture of a utopian society teetering upon the precipice of moral decay. Its concentric canals and flourishing lands painted a vivid image of an advanced world, yet its collapse under the weight of greed and power invite us to ponder whether Plato wove an allegory or echoed distant truths long submerged. The quandary of Atlantis breathes life into our inquisitions. Was it metaphorical allegory or a beacon from a lost historical epoch? The allure of Atlantis continues to beguile, urging us through the annals of time, deciphering ancient texts and mysterious ruins to unearth the truth that rests beneath the waves. Atlantis challenges our understanding, offering a conundrum that has captivated both scholars and adventurers. Plato's account ignites debates about whether it captured an allegorical essence or a true historical account, delivered through the whispers of Egyptian lore entwined with Greek curiosity. Could it be that tales of Atlantis preserve ancient cultural memories, carried across centuries like stones smoothed by the river of time? While the modern world has yet to find Atlantis under the ocean's veil, the quest itself tells us much about the human spirit's relentless pursuit of lost wonders. The echoes of Atlantis reside not in isolation, but as threads in a tapestry of global deluge myths. Ancient cultures across distant lands, those of Mesopotamia, India, and the Americas, share hauntingly similar narratives of civilizations swallowed by cataclysmic floods. Vengeful deities and lessons of moral reckoning converge in these tales, suggesting a shared echo of prehistoric events. Geological insights suggest that post-Ice Age floodings sculpted these myths, anchoring these narratives in both collective memory and symbolism. As the tides of time swell, Atlantis might emerge as a symbol of a forgotten age, its story a testament to human hubris and moral quandaries. Some scholars see in Plato's story a critique of his Athenian contemporaries, a cautionary tale against imperial excess. Yet others envision Atlantis as a lost chapter, hinting at an epoch of technical mastery and cultural grandiosity. It whispers of a forgotten zenith, of societies whose accomplishments vanished in the relentless march of time, inviting us to expand our understanding of what once was. The whereabouts of Atlantis linger as one of history's unsolved enigmas. Theories abound, each offering its cradle for the lost city, from the Mediterranean to the Caribbean, and even the ice-clad lands of Antarctica. Recent underwater archaeology renews interest, as tales of submerged lands stir the imagination. Could the echoes of Atlantis find their home amidst the silts of a forgotten seabed, waiting for curious hearts and minds to unearth its truths? Whether beneath Santorini's shadow or within the dreamy speculation of Antarctic ice, Atlantis teases our imaginations. In today's world, Atlantis stands aloft, transcending its mythic origins to captivate modern culture. While ancient tales lay its foundation, Atlantis' legacy unfurls across cultural landscapes, inspiring literature, art, and the echoes of pop culture. It encapsulates the tantalizing juxtaposition of utopia and dystopia, reflecting humanity's dreams and misgivings, forever anchored in our pursuit of discovery and innovation. Atlantis, a bridge between past and present, remains relevant, a timeless narrative of human longing and the delicate balance of promise versus peril in technological exploits. The search for Atlantis intertwines myth with modern technology, inviting advances in underwater exploration to illuminate ancient mysteries. Sonar mapping and submersibles chart depths where tales of vanished lands persist, offering glimpses into forgotten eras. These ventures offer hope that the secrets of the deep will one day rise to light, where science and myth converge in the quest for truth and understanding. Yet, as technology evolves, so too must our discernment, ensuring the delicate interplay of data and dream guides our steps wisely. Within the echoes of Plato's words, Atlantis stands not only as myth or legend, but as a profound symbol in the philosophical discourse of time. It explores the duality of civilization, the rise and fall entwined with moral introspection, echoing through minds since antiquity. Atlantis offers a reflective mirror for the conditions that cradle civilization, the triumphs tempted by decay, and the eternal questions that linger amidst the mysteries we seek to unravel. As these echoes dance through our thoughts, they remind us of the lessons veiled within lost lands and ancient seas. The whispers of Atlantis unfurling timeless queries of human legacy. In the quiet hills of southeastern Anatolia, an ancient mystery lay hidden beneath layers of earth, only to be discovered in the mid-1990s. Göbekli Tepe, unearthed by archaeologists led by Klaus Schmidt, beckoned humanity to reconsider its origins. Built around 9,600 BCE, this site, with its magnificent T-shaped pillars carved with intricate symbols and animal figures, seemed impossibly sophisticated for a time when humanity was thought to merely hunt and gather. The complexity of Göbekli Tepe challenged the understanding of prehistoric societies, suggesting an advanced level of cooperation and spiritual reflection long before the dawn of agriculture. As the world examined the towering stones of Göbekli Tepe, a revelation unfolded. This site predated Stonehenge by millennia, positioning itself in history at a time when humans were believed to be simple nomads. The implications were profound, for they indicated early humans capable of monumental achievements, driven perhaps by an unseen understanding of the cosmos and their place within it. Did these ancient builders possess wisdom inherited from even earlier cultures or influences, possibly shaped by cataclysmic events? As we delve into the architecture, the stones themselves tell stories. Arranged in a circular design, these massive structures whisper secrets of a bygone era, adorned with lifelike carvings of foxes, vultures, and scorpions. Each animal could be a key to understanding the spiritual life of those times, hinting at mythologies and beliefs now lost to us. The labor required to transport and erect these stones speaks to a society engaging in complex coordination and perhaps an understanding of engineering unforeseen for its era. Might the stones also align with the heavens, marking celestial events, solstices, or equinoxes? Such alignments could suggest that the builders were early astronomers, intertwining their spiritual beliefs with the movements of the stars. This blend of earthly and celestial awareness might have mirrored the practices of civilizations worldwide that sought harmony with the universe through monumental structures. Yet, despite its grandiosity, Göbekli Tepe is not a settlement. There are no remnants of daily life, no homes, no hearths, no burials, just pillars standing resolute. It seems to have been a hub of ritual, a sacred site for congregations, a place for ceremonies transcending the grasp of survival. Perhaps it was a pilgrimage site, a hallowed ground binding tribes through shared belief systems, or a cosmic compass connecting humans to the divine order of the cosmos. Intriguingly, around 8000 BCE, the entire site was deliberately buried, preserving it through time. Such an act raises questions. Were its creators safeguarding sanctity or responding to external threats, natural disasters, societal upheaval, or invasions? This action of covering Göbekli Tepe with earth effectively embedded it within a time capsule, ensuring its untouched preservation for millennia. The intentional burial draws parallels with tales of floods and great upheavals coursing through myths across the globe. Was this site, then, a sanctuary in times of environmental instability, a shelter amidst a world in chaos, or an enduring message to those who would come after? The iconography left behind offers a view into the minds of forgotten people. The intricate symbolism of the carvings points towards a highly organized belief system, possibly filled with animistic reverence for the natural world. Could these depictions have served as lessons or myths, tales of creation, or spiritual connections between humans and their environment? Symbols repeated across the site suggest ritualistic purposes, and the circular arrangements imply collective ceremonies. Perhaps efforts to transcend everyday existence, bringing communities together under shared symbols of hope, fear, and understanding. Some propose that Göbekli Tepe was a celestial observatory, a grand clock or calendar entwined with the cosmos. The layout might track celestial bodies, perhaps used not merely for practical predictions, but to weave the profound stories of existence, age-old traditions, and cosmic truths into the very stones that stand to this day. These ideas hint at an ancient metaphysical quest, a navigation of existence not just through the flesh and bone, but through the spirit and stars. As early communities grappled with their place within a vast universe, Göbekli Tepe stands as a potential testament to their spiritual yearnings. This sacred site could mark the dawn of organized religion, a tangible evolution from fleeting spiritual beliefs to enduring structures of faith. Before agriculture took hold, societies, driven by a deeper longing for meaning, channeled this spiritual energy into monumental stone. Through collective effort, they articulated their spiritual visions, laying the groundwork for future religious institutions and revealing the burgeoning complexity in societal structures thought reserved for later times. Mapping this transformation elevates Göbekli Tepe beyond mere historical wonder. It offers a glimpse into humanity's developing consciousness and the genesis of spiritual exploration. The notion of cataclysm binds this sacred site to flood legends across cultures. During its era, a warming planet emerged from glacial shadows, bringing climatic changes and possibly embedding collective memories of survival within the oral narratives of global communities. Göbekli Tepe may be entwined within these stories, a relic of resilience, echoing tales of overcoming nature's ferocity and fostering continuity. In reflecting on this enigmatic site, we are urged to question familiar narratives of evolution and historical development. Göbekli Tepe reframes assumptions, prompting us to unearth stories of ancestral tenacity and spiritual quests once obscured by time. It challenges humanity to piece together fragments of forgotten eras, merging history with burgeoning inquiries into shared origins and fundamental human truths. Here, amidst the embrace of these stones, lies an invitation to ponder the whispers of antiquity and the echoes of our own beginnings. Flood myths, echoing across time and cultures, offer a haunting tapestry of different yet similar tales. From the ancient tablets of Mesopotamia to the oral traditions held close by indigenous tribes in the Americas, these narratives speak of a cataclysmic deluge wiping away an age-old world. What compels nearly every society to echo this refrain? Do these tales merely convey moral teachings, or do they signify a shared memory of an ancient calamity etched into the collective human consciousness? As we delve into these myths, we embark on a contemplative journey, exploring histories and mysteries interwoven across human experience. These stories invite us to explore the nature of human memory, the power of storytelling, and the boundaries between myth and history. In each culture, the flood's purpose varies, seen sometimes as divine retribution for moral failings, or as a reset for a weary world. The prevalence and detail of these accounts cannot simply be coincidence. Perhaps they hint at a shared event obscured by time. This chapter walks the thin line between myth and history, suggesting that these narratives might hold more weight than mere allegory. They may be echoes of real, ancient events, compelling us to reconsider our understanding of a complex prehistoric world. On the ancient plains of Mesopotamia lies the origin of one of the oldest recorded tales, the Epic of Gilgamesh. Over 4,000 years old, this epic recounts the story of Utnapishtim, saved from a great flood destined to erase humanity. His tale, inscribed on cuneiform tablets, bears a remarkable resemblance to the biblical story of Noah's Ark. Is it possible that Utnapishtim's story reflects not only Mesopotamian beliefs, but also a shared ancestral memory? As the Epic of Gilgamesh spread through trade and cultural exchange, did it plant seeds in distant lands? Or does it capture a pre-existing tradition, one that Mesopotamia simply preserved? The biblical account of Noah follows this shared script, telling how Noah, chosen by God, saved his family and animal species from a great flood. This narrative has shaped religious understanding for millennia, but its origins trace back to older stories such as Gilgamesh's. These parallels, divine intervention, a righteous savior, and colossal vessel, showcase how Babylonian myths filtered into Judaic traditions, altering through centuries yet retaining familiar elements. Noah's tale, beyond spiritual, may conceal memories of a transformative flood that early societies shared, shaping beliefs and identity across cultures. The debate persists. Are these myths metaphorical allegories or remnants of shared memories? On one hand, they serve as universal symbols of rebirth and divine justice. Scholars like Carl Jung suggest they arise from the collective unconscious. On the other hand, some propose these myths encode memories of real-world events, perhaps an ancient global flood. Geological evidence shows that the end of the last ice age, around 12,000 years ago, saw massive flooding events across various regions. Could these watery cataclysms have set the stage for the myths that endured? In the New World, Native American tribes share flood myths echoing similar themes. The Nisqually recount a great flood sparing only those who reached Mount Tacoma. The Lenape and Menominee speak of their ancestors who escaped floods by spiritual visions. Set apart geographically from Mesopotamia, these native narratives still reflect themes of divine justice and survival. Are they coincidences, or do they point to a shared memory transcending historical boundaries? Such myths unravel an ancient cosmology, where history and legend intertwine, resonating with meaning even today. In the East, Hindu and Chinese traditions offer their unique flood stories. In Hindu mythology, Manu, the first human, is saved by Vishnu's fish avatar, who warns him of an impending deluge, a narrative similar to Gilgamesh and Noah. Chinese folklore speaks of Yu the Great, who tamed the floods to allow civilization to flourish. These myths underscore humanity's reliance on divine guidance amidst catastrophic nature, mirroring real environmental events like monsoon rains shaping histories. They blend cultural values and scientific observations, revealing civilization's quest to harmonize with nature's whims. In Africa, the continent's diverse cultures offer vibrant flood myths, extending the narrative's reach. The Yoruba speak of gods shaping the world amidst floods. The Kwaya tell of brothers saved by climbing a mountain, warned by a chameleon. Often overlooked, these African stories offer insights into survival, adaptation, and spirituality, highlighting archetypal symbols that persist across geographies. They form part of an intricately woven tapestry of ancient narratives, suggesting an even more complex interplay of reality and myth. Scientific studies seek to uncover potential geological events, linking the mythic with the historic. As glacial melting marked the end of the Ice Age, research supports the possibility of colossal floods that might intertwine with mythic structures. However, a single explanation cannot capture the tale's depth and universality. The challenge lies in connecting geological evidence with mythic narratives, enriching our understanding of ancient floods, and considering them in light of today's ecological changes. While potential historical realities exist, flood myths also offer spiritual lessons about humanity's quest for renewal. They embody cycles of life, highlighting chaos and rebirth, and nurturing reflections on morality and existence. These narratives also emphasize humanity's tie to nature, reminding us of our responsibilities to the planet. As we engage with these ancient stories, they elevate our understanding beyond mundane interpretations, opening a meditative space towards enlightenment and global connection. Flood myths weave a shared human tapestry. Their echoes remind us of our common origins. Whether metaphor or memory, they invite us into a realm where myth, history, and spirituality converge, expanding our consciousness across time and space. Listening to these ancient voices offers a pathway to wisdom, understanding, and shared mystery. The Sumerian king list stands as a fascinating relic from ancient times, inscribed on clay tablets that merge history and mythology into a single narrative stream. This artifact chronicles reigns of extraordinary lengths, kings who supposedly ruled for tens of thousands of years, challenging our conventional understanding of time and governance. Such lavish durations spark imaginations, hinting at eras where the mundane and mystical interplayed seamlessly. The antediluvian kings depicted in this list were more than rulers. They existed in a realm where human and divine attributes coalesced, suggesting a civilization straddling worlds both known and obscured. In this ancient epoch, the boundary between mortal and immortal blurred. These kings were revered as intermediaries between the gods and humankind, exuding an aura of divine authority. The divine right to rule was believed to be bestowed by celestial powers, casting their reigns as epochs of cosmic alignment. Their courts, echoing with divine counsel, became theaters of a grand celestial drama, where earthly governance was harmonious with heavenly will. Here, power was not mere political acumen, but entwined with profound spiritual insight. Such wisdom supposedly enabled them to foresee cataclysmic events, like the flood, a deluge that would reset civilization. In such reflections, we ponder the complexities of their wisdom, and whether it offered any reprieve from inevitable destruction. Myths of giants, like whispers carried through the ages, accompany these narratives. Giants known as the Nephilim, echoing tales of beings not only in stature, but in intellect and might. Interwoven with the reign of these ancient monarchs, their presence hints at a world where extraordinary beings navigated alongside humans, often as advisors or protectors. The Nephilim, mentioned in various cultural chronicles, become enigmatic symbols of an era where myth and reality entwine gracefully, and towering figures walked both in the physical and the metaphysical. The era of pre-flood kings is inseparable from stories of lost knowledge. Legends speak of advanced technologies and sacred sciences that modern minds can only dream of understanding. This antediluvian wisdom, deeply embedded within these kings, offered spiritual insight into the universe, a harmony and enlightenment scarcely imaginable today. Beyond physical achievements, this knowledge ventured into metaphysical realms where consciousness and spirituality intertwined, creating societies thriving in cosmic coherence. Even though the flood swept this knowledge away, leaving tantalizing fragments in its wake, it isn't lost forever. In these remnants, etched and weathered, lies a wealth of insight for those keen to delve into this bygone era. Through these tantalizing clues, an age of harmonious grandeur slowly reemerges, a chapter in human history veiled by time. Modern myths and legends resonate with echoes from the antediluvian kings, inviting listeners to explore a shared subconscious. These rulers manifest as wise kings and sages, whispering truths through oral traditions and ancient scripts. These stories are not simply historical. They are metaphors that continually reveal deeper truths about the human journey. In exploring the persistent yearnings embedded in these tales, we are gently reminded of our connection to a timeless quest for wisdom and harmony. The antediluvian societies, far from simple kingdoms, were complex systems flourishing under laws different from those governing contemporary nations. These were civilizations grounded in spiritual ties, coexisting with nature and cosmic cycles. Vestiges hint at societies built on cooperation, not on mere economic or political aspirations. Such frameworks suggest a sophistication grounded in universal laws, allowing a legacy that leaves modern historians in awe. These societal structures, aspects of life that merged divinely mandated order with human governance, were swept into oblivion by the flood, symbolizing a stark divergence from our current fragmented worldview. In the pursuit of these ancient truths, scholars and explorers comb the earth seeking hidden records, artifacts, cryptic inscriptions enveloped in the myths and mysticism of lost lands. Each discovery, A step toward piecing together that grand epic's narrative is as much a journey outward as inward, highlighting cycles of time and the depth of human memory. These relics transcend mere antiquity. They point to the larger narrative of humanity, offering glimpses into an interconnected past. The deluge was more than a violent end. It marked a turning point, a reset of human consciousness. With the rising waters, ancient wisdom sank, sparing few fragments for posterity. Yet from the ruins emerged new societies, which pieced together remnants of antecedent civilizations' knowledge to guide their nascent worlds. This moment in time underscores the fragile beauty and enduring resilience of humanity in the face of nature's overpowering force. Interpreting the legacy of the antediluvian kings invites us to blend historical records with myths, encouraging a synthesis of ancient wisdom and modern understanding. It calls for an exploration of consciousness, urging a harmony with nature absent since these kings' reigns. Theirs is not a cautionary tale alone. It is an invitation to rekindle a balance with nature, a legacy connecting us with our past while guiding us toward the unknown. And finally, in reflecting on this timeless wisdom, we converse with history across the epochs, guided by a lantern that reveals pathways toward holistic understanding. As we ponder this ancient wisdom, we are more than historians. We are seekers, yearning for knowledge and compassion as we tread gently on earth and amongst its myriad stories. Here, amidst the narratives of long-lost kings, lies the intricate thread binding us to a destiny ever unfolding. The oceans hold a tapestry of the Earth's secrets, where ancient whispers lie cloaked beneath serene waves and vast expanses of history rest undiscovered in their abyssal depths. As sea levels rose and fell throughout millennia, once bustling civilizations met a watery fate, leaving only echoes of their existence beneath the tides. Our journey begins here, in these liquid archives of human history, tracing the contours of civilizations long submerged and landscapes profoundly shaped by water's embrace. Stories of sunken worlds have long captured the imagination, dismissed oftentimes as mere folklore. Yet as the depths yield fragments of stone and shadow, these narratives take on a deeper significance. With modern technology as our guide, we can pierce the ocean's veil, reaching into hidden realms to unearth relics from epochs predating recorded history, silent testaments to thriving civilizations now lying dormant beneath the waves. Off India's coast in Gujarat, the fragmented remains of Dwarka beckon with their ancient resonance, intertwined with the epic of the Mahabharata. Here, the fabled city of Lord Krishna, once enshrined in myth, surfaces from legend into tantalizing possibility. Scattered across the seabed are the remnants of an advanced society, dated to over 5 millennia ago, challenging established timelines and calling us to reconsider India's historic and spiritual narratives. These submerged structures, while silent, whisper ancient truths that tease the boundaries of history and myth. Turning our gaze to Japan's southeastern waters, the enigmatic Yonaguni Monument poses an intriguing question. Is this geometric marvel a natural wonder or an artifact from a prehistoric civilization? Stepped terraces and precise angles suggest intentional design, sparking debates about its origins. If indeed crafted by human hands, Yonaguni might represent a forgotten culture predating known history, bearing a history tempered by tides that simultaneously erase and reveal the anvils of human ingenuity. We drift further westward to the Bahamas, where the Bimini Road beckons with its mysterious geometry. Unearthed in the 1960s, this pattern of linear limestone blocks stirs imaginations, suggesting pathways to ancient worlds. Some dream of Atlantis, hidden beneath the aquamarine sea. Though skeptics may see only natural formations shaped by the currents, believers find symmetry and craftsmanship in these stone arrangements, envisioning a connection to past glories now vanished beneath the waves. These sunken echoes are not isolated phenomena, but threads woven into a global tapestry. The world over, submerged megaliths, from the Black Sea to the Gulf of Cambay, stand as testaments to epochs lost to time. These stone giants, shaped and placed with care, defy our perceptions of ancient capabilities, suggesting civilizations that thrived with architectural sophistication, capable of wonders paralleling modernity. As we peer into this watery mirror of the past, the fragments of submerged temples and monuments call us to reevaluate the stories we tell about human progress and the forces that shaped our world. In the tranquil waters off China, tales of the goddess Pagoda blend spirituality with a longing for times gone by. This monument, now cloaked in the ocean's embrace, was once a testament to human artistry and devotion. Ornate carvings speak of a culture where the divine met stone, now hidden beneath the waves but forever etched in the lore of coastal telling. A tribute to faith swallowed by time and tide, but echoing ever onward. From coastal China to the Caribbean's jewel-toned waters, whispered secrets beckon explorers into their depths. Here, anomalies off the shores of Cuba and Puerto Rico suggest pathways and infrastructure belonging to advanced societies. These hints challenge the linearity of pre-Columbian history, igniting our wonder at human migration and innovation's untold reaches. Beneath every wave lies a chapter waiting to breathe air once more, spurring us to listen closely to the ocean's quiet, yet insistent voice. As we drift through these submerged sanctuaries, we do not merely rediscover lost civilizations. We transcend the boundaries of time, embracing histories that grow and evolve with every whispering wave. These explorations invite collaboration among diverse disciplines, historians, archaeologists, oceanographers, all converging to interpret the secrets ensconced beneath the tides. The hidden narratives require not just empirical inquiry but a meditative wonder, guiding us into forgotten epochs where every discovery enriches the human tapestry's luminous threads. Beneath the serene waters, we find not only clues to our past, but also profound lessons for our shared future. As these underwater ruins whisper to us from their silent depths, they urge a gentler reminder of the impermanence of grandeur, of civilizations dancing on the edge of time's unyielding currents. They echo through tranquil waters a call to understanding, a continuous chain connecting present knowledge with ancient mysteries. Listening to these echoes, we begin our contemplative journey into the ocean of potential, for it is within both sunken past and emerging present that the boundless possibilities of human experience are anchored. In the twilight of ancient texts, the Book of Enoch stands as a luminous enigma, its narratives woven with a singular depth that transcends the ordinary. Attributed to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, this arcane scripture immerses us in a world caught between celestial realms and human struggle. Unearthed in fragments among the Dead Sea Scrolls, and preserved intact within the Ethiopian Orthodox tradition, its exclusion from the canonical Bible stirs debates over its authenticity and the stories it unfolds. As we embark on a journey through its mysterious origins, one cannot help but contemplate the context of its creation, a realm where divine intentions and earthly realities intermingled. Enoch, descending from the line of Seth, emerges as a figure of profound reverence, chosen to witness the mysterious currents of divine will. The text reveals the impartation of forbidden knowledge from celestial beings to early humanity, challenging conventional historical narratives. In this sacred interplay, earthly and metaphysical realms converge, shedding light on ponderous secrets. Scholars have long debated whether Enoch's visions are metaphorical musings or glimpses into reality, oscillating between spiritual parables and historical echoes. Whether allegory or record, the Book of Enoch invites contemplation, opening a portal to a time when understanding the universe involved navigating heavenly and terrestrial paths. Central to Enoch's tapestry are the Watchers, celestial entities, also known as the Grigori, whose yearning led them to Earth. Tasked with observing humanity, these beings succumbed to earthly desires, sharing affections and forbidden knowledge with human women. This intermingling gave rise to the Nephilim, legendary giants who roamed ancient terrains, casting shadows of myth and reality. The motivations of these watchers remain a mystery. Were they defying divine decree, or simply drawn by a longing to intertwine with the human soul? These legends offer more than a captivating narrative. They serve as a cautionary tale of hubris and the unforeseen repercussions of sharing heavenly secrets with mortals. The forbidden knowledge bestowed upon humanity included metallurgy, astronomy, and enigmatic enchantments, skills transforming early societies in profound ways. Scholars suggest these narratives symbolize humanity's rapid advancement, veiled in the metaphor of divine intervention, while others perceive them as reflections of encounters with beings of advanced understanding. Whatever the interpretation, the Watcher's story embodies the junction of divine influence and human destiny, shaping the annals of myth and reality. The knowledge bestowed carried with it an undertone of caution, sparking rapid transformations in human culture and technology, yet at the cost of spiritual harmony and ethical boundaries. Particularly poignant is the knowledge of weapon-making, implying humanity's slide from peace into conflict. This tale of duality, where knowledge illuminates but also corrupts, is timeless. The debates among historians and theologians about these ramifications are endless, symbolizing humanity's quest for enlightenment fraught with challenges. In Divine Judgment, the Enochian texts recount the celestial hierarchy's decision to cleanse Earth, a motif resonant with the universal Great Flood. This act, not merely physical but metaphysical, purged corruption and restored balance. The flood thus becomes not an end, but a renewal, a cleansing reflecting broader themes of transformation found in mythologies worldwide. It raises enduring questions about the interplay of morality and choice, a reflection on whether this judgment was inevitable or forestallable through alternate decisions. The birth of the Nephilim, depicted as giants of lore, raises questions about their origins. Were they literal giants or simply powerful rulers emerging from the shadows of history? Exploring the Nephilim links mythology and anthropology, tracing legends of giants across disparate cultures and time periods. Some propose these accounts metaphorically narrate the rise of dominance, while others suggest encounters with large hominid species. The tale of the Nephilim challenges traditional narratives, prompting speculation on humanity's past encounters and forgotten strains. The Enochian narratives find echoes in other ancient texts, suggesting a shared mythological tapestry. From Genesis to Sumerian lore, we see threads of divine beings and knowledge woven into diverse cultural fabric. These parallels extend beyond myth into archaeological and linguistic analysis, offering glimpses of shared memories of significant events. Enoch's ascension, rather than an end, becomes a transformation, an imprint of divine favor. His journey resonates with spiritual symbols universal across mystical traditions, reflecting aspirations for enlightenment. Enoch's Odyssey invites contemplation of human transcendence, urging reflection on the quest for reaching beyond known realms. The Book of Enoch's historical journey has been one of tumult and influence, embraced and banned across traditions. Its themes infiltrate religious and esoteric beliefs, highlighting its relevance. Whether interpreted literally or allegorically, Enoch's works serve as a touchstone for discussions on divine-human interactions. Today, the echoes of Enochian texts thrive in popular culture and fringe science, from ancient astronaut theories to genetic memory. This modern revitalization encourages curiosity and contemplation. As these dialogues evolve, they animate Enoch's legacy, exploring the ancient mysteries of origin and destiny. The Book of Enoch remains an enigmatic beacon, its narratives prompting profound questions about the nature of divine-human interaction and forbidden knowledge. As we ponder these tales, they remind us of our journey toward enlightenment, urging us to inquire into the complex tapestry of our existence and the cosmos, pondering not only our origins, but our future paths. The winding tale of ancient cartography leads us to the enigmatic Piri-Reis map, a relic drawn in the early 16th century by an Ottoman admiral and cartographer. This artifact, remarkably ahead of its time, portrays the northern coastline of Antarctica, long before its official discovery. Strangest of all, the map illustrates this cold, remote land free of ice, a vision of a landscape unseen by contemporary eyes for eons beneath its icy shroud. Reis claimed ancient sources informed his map, whispering of knowledge from classical antiquity and hinting at voyages and discoveries lost to the sands of time. How did such ancient mariners envisage a world so unlike the one we know today, armed with nothing more than their rudimentary instruments and an insatiable thirst for exploration? This mysterious artifact suggests the possibility of an advanced prehistoric culture, charting the Earth's visage when the Antarctic lay bare, perhaps under warmer skies, in an age now forgotten. The Piri-Reis map presents a tantalizing mystery, prompting us to ponder a civilization adept in the arcane art of cartography, whose knowledge alone defies the limitations of its epoch. Weaving through speculative science, we see alignment with seismic surveys and ice core findings, whispering of ice-free intervals in the Antarctic past, as though echoing tales of Atlantis' hidden golden age, ripe with understanding lost in our chronicles. These dusty corners of history invite us to reconsider our grasp of time and civilization, challenging the framework of recorded human ancestry. Alongside Piri-Reis, Orion emerges from the annals of the Renaissance. A French mathematician and cartographer, Finet's work adds a harmonious note to this symphony of enigma. His maps, too, sketch an Antarctic region free of its icy cover, drawing from old documents that navigate between the epochs. Time before our own, unexplored by mainstream narratives, unfolds through Finet's meticulous lines, suggesting that knowledge, old as myth and hidden in quiet whispers, traversed generations unseen. Could these hints of an unparalleled ancient geography arise from civilizations holding secrets as real and inconceivable as the stories of Hyperborea or Thule, lands shrouded in legend and obscured by legend, yet marginally removed from memory? The existence of such maps, precise in depicting climates long past, implies ancient navigators with prowess to rival today's technology, possessing insights into stars and winds that guided them across mysterious seas. These mariners may have unlocked the secrets of the cosmos, driven by an intertwined quest for physical exploration and spiritual awakening. As we drift through this tapestry of lost knowledge, we ponder what critical skills empowered them to chart territories veiled from modern sight and comprehension. Such precision and ambition reflect leaps of human insight that defy our notion of ancient eras as simplified and rigidly constrained by supposed technological infancy. Hidden beneath the frost and fiction, the ancient texts guard the keys to these maps, as though entrusted to libraries now forgotten, like the storied scrolls of Alexandria. Perhaps old coded verses and sagas harbor memories of seers and sages who glimpsed into realms unknown and chronicled their truths in visions more enduring than stone and ink. What interplay of intellect sparked these visions? A confluence of rich exchanges, dipping through cultures vastly distant but cosmically intertwined in their search for understanding and discovery of the terrestrial sphere? Beneath our feet lie the epics of shifting climates, cloistered in Antarctica's layered regality. Geological exploration peels back these storied eras, revealing intervals where ice retreated, echoing the maps. Harmony emerges between the poets of yore and modern science, writing their narrative in ice and lore, as though whispering across time. Ancient cartographers, real or theorized, may have gleaned insights we only begin to fathom through modern eyes and understanding. These artifacts' endurance through time speaks to an overarching dedication to preserving a legacy of wisdom, sheltered through the tumultuous halls of history, only recently rediscovered and reinterpreted. Devotion and awe define their journey to us, bridging whispers of the past now enjoyed for their grace and revelations of epochs once buried under ice and centuries. As we unroll these maps in our minds, they stretch across our own horizons of curiosity, inviting reverence for what lies beyond the fog of preconceived historical structure. And so, in the paintings of ice-free Antarctica upon ancient parchment, we glimpse an enduring narrative of human curiosity and resilience. Across their silent strokes, the canvas of ancient hopes and boundless quests unfurls, inviting humanity to transcend the visible through exploration, knowledge, and stories untold. Here, at the confluence of myth and memory, we stand, peering into the infinite distance, where ancient voices call us across realms timeless and mysterious, compelling us to journey together with them, at once honoring their inquisitive legacy and writing the future beyond our present limits. In the shadowy realms of ancient Egyptian mythology, there exists an epic of profound allure known as Zep Tepi, or the First Time. This mythical era, wrapped in a luminescent shroud of mystery, is whispered to be a golden age when gods and humans coexisted on a fertile and blossoming earth. It marks the dawn of creation, the very breath of civilization before time was recorded in human history. As the primordial waters of Nun pulled back to expose the nascent world, it was said that the gods sculpted not only the land, but time and space, weaving art and architecture into existence. The essence of Zep Tepi, captured in hieroglyphs upon ancient temple walls, invites contemplation. Was it merely allegorical? A sophisticated myth to explain the cycles of life and death, order and chaos? Or do the tales conceal memories of an advanced civilization that predated our history? Echoing across time, Egyptian deities like Ra, Osiris, and Thoth are not solely figures of worship. In the texture of Zep Tepi, they become architects of humanity's monumental legacy, mythic yet perhaps reflective of historical truths. Within this mythological narrative, the Egyptian pantheon, with its multifaceted deities, Ra, the sun god, Osiris, the king of the afterlife, Isis, the Great Mother, and others, are not mere figments of religious imagination. They symbolize profound knowledge and cosmic balance, shaping not only nature's cycles, but the very tenets of civilization. Their stories encompass divine myths which transcend their surface interpretations, hinting at encoded histories of ancient sages whose wisdom sculpted an era far removed from our own. The pyramids and colossal monuments of Egypt stand as formidable watchkeepers of this mysterious epoch. Unrivaled in their alignment and precision, they are enigmas that both defy and define time. Often attributed to dynastic pharaohs, these structures whisper of undertakings from the Zep Tepi era, challenging conventional timelines. Might these massive stone sentinels bear witness to a primordial knowledge, now lost, that transcended mere construction? Embedded in their celestial alignments could lie sacred harmonies of energy and balance, suggesting that these ancient marvels possess secrets about our universe that await rediscovery. Profound symbolism permeates the lore of Zep Tepi. Hieroglyphic inscriptions and sacred designs serve not only as artistic expression, but as gateways to metaphysical principles, transformative ideologies infused with notions of rebirth, harmony, and eternal cycles. These symbols, echoing like whispers from the past, delve beyond the physical into realms of deep philosophical significance. Concepts embodied by mythological motifs, such as the Bennu bird or the Djed pillar, point to a wisdom that speaks to enduring themes of resilience and continuity. Through the sands of Egypt's desert, historical and archaeological whispers suggest that the threads of Zep Tepi may be more than myth. Artifacts hint at forgotten cycles of knowledge accruing over eons, a sophistication preceding dynastic accomplishments. Sites like Abydos, with their layered histories, compel a deeper delve into the past, challenging mainstream chronologies and offering glimpses into epochs where myth weaves into recorded history. Modern theories and alternative histories breathe fresh life into the enigmatic tales of Zep Tepi. Scholars and seekers muse over possibilities beyond literal interpretation, spanning extraterrestrial influences and forgotten civilizations advanced yet extinguished. These visions, though speculative, provide vibrant discussions that bridge disparate narratives, seeking coherence between the strands of established history and new interpretations. Through interdisciplinary exploration, melding history with astronomy, archaeology, and mythology, Zep Tepi emerges not merely as a remnant of the past, but as a crossroads inviting new understandings. Interestingly, Zep Tepi finds parallels in global mythologies across time and geography, intricately woven into shared human consciousness that surpasses cultural boundaries. From Native American legends to Greek and Norse tales, these myths reflect archetypal narratives aligning with Zep Tepi, enriching it as part of a broader narrative continuum. Herein lies an invitation to explore comparative mythology, revealing common threads of creation, destruction, and renewal that span human history. As we reflect upon Zep Tepi's legacy, it continues to resonate, inspiring a quest for inner knowledge, enlightenment, and harmony with the universal rhythms of existence. An embodiment of human potential and spiritual exploration, Göbekli Tepe's echoes challenge us to extend our awareness, to forge connections with ancient truths. This inspiring epic invites us on a contemplative journey to discover meaning within myth, unraveling the mysteries of our spiritual inheritance. Göbekli Tepe stands as an enduring emblem of wonder, a timeless call to imagination and reflection. It beckons us to peer beyond the veil of conventional history into a realm where legends intertwine with reality. In recognition of the potential truths within these stories, we heed the call to explore a time where divine and human danced the sacred dance of creation. As the sands of Göbekli Tepe whisper their secrets, they kindle the flame of inquiry, lighting the way for seekers in search of the origins and destinies that weave the fabric of our existence. The enigmatic presence of the Sphinx, looming silently on the sands of the Giza Plateau, speaks to time's mysteries and the depths of ancient human achievement. With the body of a lion and the face of a man, it is an enduring guardian of secrets, casting its gaze across history. This immense statue, linked to Egypt's grand civilization, has vexed scholars, mystics, and dreamers alike. The question of its origins, perhaps far older than the rule of the pharaohs, beckons like an unsolved riddle. Echoes of water once caressing its stone body have led some to ponder whether this monument belonged to an era predating even the most ancient Egyptian dynasties, hinting at a time when this land was not desert, but fertile and alive with rain. Geological evidence whispers of a history that erodes conventional academia, patterns left by moisture, as suggested by researchers like Dr. Robert Schoch, propose an age during heavy rainfall, aligning more with the conclusion of the last ice age than with the era assigned by mainstream history. If true, the Sphinx would stand as a lone sentinel from a forgotten epoch, possibly antediluvian, urging us to reconsider what we believe about ancient civilizations and their legacies buried beneath eons of shifting sands. Delving beneath Giza's sun-baked surface reveals whispers of an unseen world, a labyrinth of hidden tunnels and chambers that stir endless curiosity. As technology unveils the unseen, scans reveal vast networks beneath the regal plateau, sparking contemplation about what these shadowed passages might contain. Are they vaults safeguarding secrets of forgotten cultures? Might they harbor relics and texts, echoes of an ancestry that chronicled their world long before our written history began? These subterranean mysteries suggest that the visible might only be the surface of a deeply intricate story, waiting in silence for the patient explorer. The notion of water erosion becomes a crucial piece in this puzzle, challenging long-held beliefs tied to wind and sand's gradual siege. The marks left by torrents tell of a vastly different climate, of a time when rains sculpted the land. Findings from geological surveys in the 1990s give voice to an unsettling hypothesis: that a civilization long lost to the annals of mainstream history may have thrived in an era thousands of years earlier than suspected. This proposition, if heeded, could prompt a rewriting of the grand narrative of Egyptian history as we know it. Legends speak of chambers deep beneath the lion's paws, where knowledge and wisdom from bygone ages sleep. Figures like Edgar Cayce spoke of the Hall of Records, a repository for the chronicles of Atlantis and humanity's spiritual pilgrimage. Though science regards these tales with skepticism, The specter of unexamined chambers adds an enticing tendril of allure to the silent sandstone. Anomalies detected by ground surveys hint at voids beneath the Sphinx, waiting perhaps to share long-dormant wisdom with a world that has nearly forgotten its echoes. Amidst these ancient puzzles, modern technology steps gently, seeking truth with non-invasive brilliance. Innovations like seismic tomography and muography allow us to peer into the sand's depths, revealing where ancient hands may have carved out mysteries beneath the earth. By painting underworld maps, these techniques propose new stories of purpose and meaning, fueling an exploration that holds the promise of rewriting our past. Legends swirl around the Sphinx, weaving tales of hidden wisdom and ancient metaphysics that transcend cultures and epochs. Fantastical narratives speak to the seeming alignment of these structures with celestial bodies or the shifting cycles of cosmic ages, which hint at a broader, astrological meaning. The Sphinx, beyond its stone and shape, carries a significance extending into the spiritual and esoteric realms, reflecting humanity's timeless quest for understanding guided by the stars. Today, scholars contemplate these mysteries anew, unearthed by collaborative curiosity. The intellectual renaissance that marries geological insights with myth, engineering with esoteric texts, creates a fertile ground where the old and new coexist in dialogue. These emerging perspectives encourage a fresh analysis of ancient legacies, nudging us closer to reconciliations between the mythical and the historical. Far beyond its imposing physical presence, the Sphinx symbolizes humanity's eternal journey toward enlightenment. It represents the spirit's conquest over the primal, embodied in the synthesis of body and mind. As seekers progress through the chambers of self-awareness and historical discovery, the Sphinx stands as a metaphor for transformation, representing both personal awakening and the quest for universal truths. In the merge of forgotten lore and modern science, the Sphinx and its counterparts reveal more than ancient achievements. They inspire a path of inquiry leading beyond the tangible, into realms where wisdom and wonder meet. Through modern lenses, researchers explore ancient principles. Their efforts hint at civilizations that might have encoded their understanding within these colossal stones. In this dance between myth and science, truths previously circled by mere speculation begin to shimmer with newfound possibility, daring us to question and redefine the cyclic nature of human knowledge. As twilight whispers over Giza and shadows deepen, the Sphinx and its companions continue to invite us into contemplation. Their silent majesty suggests not only an unfathomable past, but the enduring promise of discovery. Just as these monuments stand firm against time's relentless advance, they urge each inquisitive soul to consider: what of history might yet be revealed beneath Giza's stirring sands? In the realm where history and mystery dance, the avoidance of ancient flood narratives by mainstream academia whispers like a riddle on the edge of forgotten time. Here, the lasting influence of uniformitarianism, a principle positing that geological processes have remained consistent through the ages, casts a shadow over academia's embrace of the abrupt and the cataclysmic. This doctrine, deeply embedded within geology and archaeology, suggests a world slowly molded over eons, rejecting tales of sudden, sweeping change like a global deluge. The scope of this narrative shift is vast, challenging entrenched scientific beliefs and potentially rewriting decades of research. The comfort zone of the scientific community favors the tangible, seeking refuge in the realm of hard evidence. Yet, the lore of a cataclysmic flood, rich in oral tradition, lacks the concrete sedimentary patterns and synchronic dates required by empirical narratives. Scholars find safety in uniform explanations, incrementally layering knowledge without straying into the fog of speculation and doubt, where the echoes of ancient inundations linger. Oral histories, like whispered secrets passed through generations, captivate yet confound. For historians reliant on etched words, these fluid narratives pose a challenge, their tales vulnerable to time's tides, where embellishment often obscures truth. Across continents, strikingly similar flood myths emerge, not as mere coincidence, but as potential echoes of a shared past. However, mainstream thought often dismisses these parallels, attributing them to cultural allegory rather than historical reality. The symbolic power of floods, embodying renewal and cleansing, shifts interpretation from history to metaphor, maintaining equilibrium. Catastrophism, the notion of Earth's history being punctuated by sudden upheaval, was ejected from the academic stage by the 19th century's insistence on gradualism. Disregarded and sidelined, the idea of a global flood found itself out of sync with prevailing thought, a relic of less rigorous eras. As evidence of past cataclysms mounts across disciplines, the stigma lingers, discouraging scholars from traversing the uncertain waters of radical upheaval. The geological record speaks in layers, hinting at cataclysmic pasts, yet rarely offering definitive answers. Mainstream academia clings to gradualism, rationalizing anomalies that might align with flood narratives within a conservative framework. In the gaps eroded by time and tectonics, where evidence should stand, the absence demands allegiance to theories supporting the most data with minimal controversy, guarding established knowledge from tumultuous revision. In the halls of science, the burden of proof is heavy for the daring to propose new paradigms. The tantalizing idea of a pre-flood world insists on evidence so persuasive it could topple the towers of established understanding. An arduous task given academic inertia and the inherent challenge of proving ancient phenomena. The absence of globally accepted evidence of a grand deluge leaves mainstream thought safely shielded within well-trodden paths, where new theories must fight formidable resistance to uproot tradition. Cultural narratives perpetually influence how ancient tales are treated, rooted in an era that worships empirical science and steady progress. The modern mind prefers a tale of linear ascendancy, where knowledge and technology climb steadily over millennia, shrinking from regressive tales that evoke rebirth amid ruin. Flood narratives disrupt this linear march, unsettling perspectives anchored in comforting timelines. Corporate and institutional interests, like silent sentinels, safeguard established narratives. Unexpectedly rewriting historical timelines carries ramifications, challenging sectors reliant on educational consistencies. Academic strongholds fear the repercussions of paradigm shifts, from costly curricula changes to reconfigured reputations, discouraging deviation from long-held understandings and protecting economic interests entwined with knowledge. The political realm intertwines with historical storytelling, perceiving narratives as glue for collective identity. Revising accepted histories by reintroducing ancient floods risks challenging certified timelines, stirring political debate over heritage and cultural ownership. This cautious avoidance reflects deeper concerns, for any official acknowledgement could unleash movements for cultural reclamation, disrupting national cohesion. Yet, amidst this backdrop, a vibrant cohort of alternative scholars courageously delves into the waters of flood narratives. Often regarded skeptically, these researchers embrace unconventional methodologies, transcending disciplinary boundaries to seek answers. Their zeal births a space for ideas beyond conventional wisdom, gradually eroding barriers to inclusion in the broader dialogue. By fanning the flames of debate, they open a path for future integration of flood theories within the story of human history. As this tale reaches its conclusion, we consider the integration of myth and history, a pursuit which beckons with its allure. It calls for a union of disciplines, a dance between the mythological and the empirical. By daring to explore the improbable and celebrate the wisdom of ancient stories, academia inches closer to unraveling the mystery of our shared past. As we stand on the precipice of understanding, embracing both the seen and the unseen, we invite you to join this journey. Illuminate your path by subscribing to this channel and aid in shaping the narrative tapestry of time's deepest secrets.